What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. I appreciate everybody for coming to this video. Everybody that's been subscribed to the channel, been watching, tuning in, liking and commenting and subscribing. I thank y'all for that. Y'all already know that. So we're gonna go and jump right into the video today. Got a quick little one, little breaking news tape for y'all. I'm quite sure by now everybody heard the news. James Harden was sent to the Brooklyn Nets. Karis LeVert was sent to the Indiana Pacers. Victor Oladipo was sent to the Houston Rockets. Also, the Rockets got some picks out of that Harden deal. And so, yeah, now I think Harden, he's in a situation to where he's in a pretty good situation to win, honestly. You got Kyrie, you got Kevin Durant. I think they're gonna have. They still kept Joe Harris. They still kept DeAndre Jordan. They still kept Dinwiddie, even though he's hurt. But maybe he'll be back in time for the playoffs. I'm not sure. So they still kept some pieces for their bench. I do think they will have to add more to their bench now that they sent LeVert away, because LeVert was a 20 plus point scorer on the floor, no matter if he started or no matter if he came off the bench. So that's nice for them. The Pacers replace, because it was reports that Oladipo didn't want to be there. So I guess it's a win-win for everybody. Houston can focus. Now they don't have to worry about nobody not wanting to be there. They can just play ball. John Wall can play point guard. Victor Oladipo is the shooting guard. So I think everybody can find a role and they can focus and play basketball now. That's interesting though. I knew once the reports came out last night about in the interview what he said and what DeMarcus Cousins said and what John Wall said, I knew that was gonna speed the trade process up, but I did not know it was gonna take effect immediately. Literally, he got traded the next day. And all this news just started coming out like last night and over into the morning, and it's really crazy how the Nets still got to keep Kyrie. So I think they won in that situation as well. So for the Nets, I feel like it has to work or else it's a failure. I wouldn't say a failure. It has to work or unless it failed this season. I'll put it that way. Because everything don't take 1 year. Some things is a process. Some teams win immediately, some teams don't. Great championship teams, you know that. Even Golden State, if you watch and know about Golden State or whatever like that, before they won a championship, if you didn't watch basketball, you would think they just jumped on the scene out of nowhere. No, they didn't. They were a team in progress. Like it was a 4 to 5 year span, and it started with Mark Jackson. Mark Jackson led them to the playoffs 1 year, and then it happened again. And then they went the second year with Mark Jackson. They made a surprise run to the second round and lost to the Spurs, who went to the NBA Finals that year. So it's no shame in that. And then they did the stunning move of firing Mark Jackson, then bring in Steve Kerr, and they won. It was a process. It wasn't like, and in that 2 years with Mark Jackson, they got better every year. Curry and Clay, that's when the Splash Brothers, that's when people started to really started to hear about them and pay attention to them. They were really good before the championships. I don't know if people really remember David Lee. They had David Lee over there at that time. He was an all-star. He was still a pretty good player. They were making the playoffs. So they didn't just jump on the scene. Brooklyn didn't just jump on the scene. They've been making the playoffs and things like that But I think it's a process, and we'll see if they be one of those teams that win immediately, or we'll see how long it takes. Now, what does it mean for the rest of the NBA? I think for the Eastern Conference, it's gonna force some teams' hand. You might see some teams now look to shop around a couple of their players. I'm not sure. I think Boston has to make some type of move. I'm not sure what they're gonna do, but in Boston, it just looked like it's not working. I don't know. It's still early. It's too early to dictate, but especially with Harden going to Brooklyn, now a lot of teams gonna be forced to do something to feel like because they'll want to be able to compete in a 7-game series, because the Eastern Conference is who is going to have to deal with majority of it, especially throughout the playoffs. So Miami, Philly, Boston, Indiana, those teams, they're going to have to try to get better now. Indiana, I'm sure they're probably set now. They probably feel like that's their team with Malcolm Brogdon and Caris LeVert and Sabonis and Miles Turner. Maybe they feel like that's their team. Then T.J. Warren is hurt right now, so he come back off injury. Maybe they like their team like that. So Miami, I felt like, honestly, what surprised me is that Miami didn't go after him. That Pat Riley didn't pull the trigger. Pat Riley is known in the past for doing things like that. Superstar, let me snatch him. He snatched Shaq. He snatched LeBron. He's very persuasive. You hear stories about Pat Riley. You see what he did with the Showtime Lakers when he coached. He got free agents. He's a pretty, everybody that has like been in business with him, as far as the Heat organization, they say he's a man of his word. And he got Jimmy Butler there when nobody thought Jimmy Butler would go there. The Heat has been competitive even after LeBron left. And he's known for snatching stars. I'm just surprised he didn't do that, because I feel like, and this is just my personal opinion, I don't feel like Miami got better from last season. Last year, they made the stunning finals run. That's great. But Kevin Durant didn't play last year. Kyrie didn't really play last year. It wasn't like, different circumstances, players opt-outs, and things like that. And they didn't make any improvements to their roster, I don't think. I mean, they did get a couple of pieces, but I don't know, man. I just thought they would probably pull the trigger and prepare themselves up and try to win, try to compete with the Nets. Because then if the Heat get Harden, then okay, maybe they could compete with Kyrie and KD's. That's what I thought Miami would do, but Miami didn't want to give up Duncan Robinson and Tyler Hero, and so they held on. They put a lot of faith in them, so we'll see down the line how that turns out. But y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments, man. I know a couple of Nets fans, man. Y'all let me know how y'all feeling. What y'all think about the trade. Who else y'all think gonna get traded, man? There's a couple of names on the trade block, man. Derrick Rose, Blake Griffin. There's a couple of other people. Because the trade deadline actually is creeping up. That's why that's why the Rockets really got this thing done, because the trade deadline is coming up next month. So teams is funny. Y'all know how NBA trade and free agency stuff go. It be all day drama, crazy stuff. So also Andre Drummond is another name that's on the trade block. So y'all look out for that. I'll bring y'all updates and things like that. I just wanted to tell y'all about this breaking news. I'll see y'all next video, man.